This is the Certainly Grognards for July 20th, 2015. This is Peter Bowman, and as always, I'm joined by my good friend and co-host, Eric Carlson. How are you doing tonight, Eric?
I'm doing better than I was.
Yeah, it sounds like you've had something of a day.
I had something of a day. I have ice down my pants. I'll let people draw their conclusions there.
Yeah. Also, it is hot as balls out here.
It's also hot as balls. That is not why I have ice down my
No.
pants.
It could be hotter. It's only in the low to mid 90s as opposed to in the high to mid 90s.
Yeah.
And I know people where it's hotter and more awful. My heart goes out to you because I can't take this kind of weather.
I could not live there. I don't understand how people can live there. I don't understand how you do not just instantly combust. It should not be able. It's not capable of supporting air-based life forms, is what I'm saying.
Oh God! So, due to the fact that it's freaking hot and I'm melting, and I couldn't really think of a good topic, we're just gonna sort of talk about whatever comes up this week because
Yes.
I got
Yeah.
Well, we should start these off at least sort of tangentially related to gaming of some sort. I think.
Okay.
I've been playing a bunch of as always, I've been playing a bunch of video games. No surprise there.
Right.
I've been playing a lot of Star Trek Online because it's just sort of
Because it's free and it's good.
yeah, free in massive air quotes, but yes.
Yeah.
Despite that
No, it does suffer from a wee bit of the pay to win.
yeah.
By a wee bit. I mean, yeah, it's totally pay to win. That's just why you don't do PvP.
Oh God, no. But I'm playing a fair bit of that. Yeah, and streaming that because I do that a lot. Yeah, I've been doing a bunch of random things in Star Trek Online. I've been enjoying it. I did spend some money on some ships and that because I'm insane.
Yeah, I did the same thing.
I did a while ago. I did not recently, but earlier on, and oh God, they are more expensive than I want them to be, but
Yeah.
at any rate, so that was. But I've been enjoying Star Trek Online a lot, and the ships I've gotten have been very cool, and gotten some very good sort of. I've somehow stumbled into finding somebody who's actually like legitimately like into like sort of the min-maxing side of things, and is very good at the game in the chat when I've been streaming it, and he's been an immense help in getting me sort of telling me how to actually improve my ship and such. So my ships and build and such. So it's like oh, this all makes sense.
That's how that works. Okay.
Yeah. So, I love it when I can interact with people who are, I'm not big into I have the mindset where I could be good at min-maxing in games. I'm just at the point now where I'm no longer really interested in it.
Right.
Going in through the path of actually doing the effort on it. But I don't ignore advice from people who actually know what they're doing. As long as it's like phrased as advice,
Yeah, as long as I'm not saying, this totally sucks, or why would you do that?
Yeah. It's like, oh no, this is, especially if I'm like asking for, okay, so what would you think would be a better improvement on this? Well, this, that, and the other thing. Okay, cool. And so on. But that's, so I've been playing that, been playing Secret World as usual. The other thing I've been doing somewhat recently, although I'm not sure how, has been Rolluti and Cayman, Infamous Planet. The guys have been doing sort of Secret World with on Sundays. We couldn't do Secret World one Sunday, so Cayman and Chris wanted to do. Basically, Cayman suggested we actually like play Borderlands 2 because Chris and I had neither of us had finished it yet, and so we started doing it, playing it as a group again, and it was fun for a while. But then eventually, I got to the point where I started remembering why you and I never finished our playthrough of it.
Yeah, you sort of reach a saturation point with it.
Yeah. Also, eventually like you start running into enemies that are just like, and it won't die.
Yeah, the ever popular bullet sponge.
The bandit buzzards where I basically ran out of the buzzards are the bandit flying vehicles.
Yeah.
And the badass bandit buzzards that started showing up in numbers was just like,
oh jeez. Yeah. I just leave. I go, nope, leaving. Screw you guys.
Well, we couldn't leave because we hadn't finished something in the area that we needed for a quest. So
Oh, fuck that quest. Moving on.
it's part of the main story.
Oh, right. Oh, that part.
Uh huh. So
Yeah.
we're recovering Tiny Tina's bombs.
Yeah. You know what? Tiny Tina's so entertaining, and I understand why some people don't like her. I totally get that.
Yep.
But I find her so entertaining that I just sort of powered through it because I find her hilarious.
Right. I enjoy her in small doses. I think she's very funny in small doses, but in large doses, it's like, oh god, no, stop, stop, stop! Oh god, why? The voice actress for Tiny Tina, which is Ashley Birch from Hey Ash, What You Playin'? Great web series. As an aside, I think Eric, you would absolutely adore the series.
I've seen a few episodes of it, and yeah, it's pretty damn good.
It's just freaking bizarre. But at any rate, she does a great job with Tina. But part of the thing I love about Hey Ash, What You Playin' is none of the episodes are more than 5 minutes long, really. So I don't burn out.
She doesn't wear out. She doesn't wear out her welcome.
Right. Which that style of humor does wear itself out for me sometimes. But yeah, so they were playing. We were doing basically Borderlands about once a week, and then like they started wanting to, like, Infamous Planet wanted to do it more often. I'm sure going, I'm not sure I actually want to play Borderlands 2 more than once a week right now. I think I'll burn out on it. So, but I basically said, yeah, if you guys really want to play it more often, feel free to just play without me.
Right.
I'll do something else. Which is a shame because Borderlands 2 is an interesting game.
I really like it when I want to play it, but I don't always want to play it.
Yeah, that's sort of where I am with it. I love the writing is great, honestly.
Yes.
Outside of Tina, who's not my favorite character, the rest of the writing's really good.
She's my favorite character.
I totally get that. The writing's great. It's funny. There's an actual story there, unlike Borderlands 1.
Yeah. I mean, I enjoyed Borderlands 1 immensely, but yeah, there is no actual story there.
No. I do love the line where Marcus has about I think it was Marcus, about the first vault being filled with tentacles and disappointment.
Yes.
Which is probably my favorite line I've heard so far in Borderlands 2. It's like, you know what? That's the most apt description of Borderlands 1.
I don't know. I really like the bit where Lilith is like, yeah, and then the guy just melted, and it was this iridium's the tits.
It's good. Tannis has some great lines also because she's hilarious.
Yes.
But yeah, I it's one of those games I really want to like more than I do. Yeah, Ashburner X in the chat says the best trick Borderlands 2 ever did was retroactively giving Borderlands 1 an actual story.
Yes.
Which is actually a fairly impressive feat of writing.
Yeah, actually.
Which is why I do like Borderlands 2, and I do want to finish it at some point, but, oh god, no. I can't. I could probably play it once a week for a few hours, but beyond that, I'm like, no, Which is weird, because I can play grindy games like MMOs, which are fairly grindy, even like the least grindy MMO is grindy.
Yeah.
Like,
Handsome Jack's also really hilarious.
Oh god, yes.
Like, every time Handsome Jack shows up, I just sort of do a little squeak, because he's great.
Oh, he's funny.
He's a great villain.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And I think part of the reason I interestingly enough, like, I absolutely adore the Telltale Games Borderlands game, Tales from the Borderlands.
Is that finished yet?
No, they've only done 3 episodes so far.
All right, I still gotta wait then.
Episode 3 is really good though.
I know, but I still gotta wait because what'll happen is I'll play episode 3 and go fuck.
I'm waiting patiently for episode 4. I didn't buy it myself; it was a gift. It was a Christmas gift for my brother, so I'm like, okay, great, thank you, Ben. So I get every few months, I get a couple hours of wee. The thing I love about that though is it takes all the stuff I love about Borderlands, you know, the world, the style of humor, all this stuff and like just all this really cool stuff, and it removes the very repetitive gameplay.
Mm.
And it's the thing that I know some people were disappointed about it was that it's not about the characters from the Borderlands games, it's about entirely new characters. And for me, I'm not upset about that because I like the characters in Tales from the Borderlands are actual like better written, realized characters. There's more time to actually develop them.
Right, and I'm okay with that because the characters in the Borderlands games are by necessity
They're
arched
archetypes.
to the point of cliche
Oh yeah, they're archetypes.
because they're self-insert characters, honestly.
Yeah, no,
Like,
it works fine for the type of game it is. It just,
yeah,
like, I could not see, I like doing a game like, and like the characters in Borderlands One get much more fleshing out as characters. I didn't get any in Borderlands Two and the prequel, the pre-sequel, from what I understand. I like Lilith and Roland and Brick and Mordecai, although Mordecai gets sort of the shaft in a lot of ways.
see, there's one more. Acid, ice, blah, blah, blah. Oh, right. Explosion!
But they
Yeah,
they get
I laughed. I'm going to hell.
they get more they get more fleshing out in the later games because it's the games aren't they aren't the player characters,
Right.
so they have all the dialogue written for them, which is interesting and weird. I'm not sure about why they do. I mean, I like it. I think it's interesting, and I think it's because, as you said, they're the player when you're playing the character, it's sort of a self-insert character.
Right.
So if they were to do a Borderlands 3, I would not be shocked to see the characters from Borderlands 2 show up as characters in there. I mean, and as a matter of fact, Zero shows up in the Tales from the Borderlands.
Oh, cool.
He shows up in the first episode, actually. But he's not.
There is one bit where you're doing the one quest where you're trying to impersonate Handsome Jack, and you've got the voice, and you're looking for the for the hologram thing, and so you're walking around, and the Gunzerker who was playing at the time has a very distinct accent, and he will just randomly say sometimes, "Well, at least now I know what Handsome Jack sounds like with my accent."
That's funny. Salvador, yes. But yeah, I do like Borderlands 2, but I wish I could. I don't know why I can't play. I just like it's one of those games. I'm like, I'm not sure why I'm not really interested in keep playing it like more than I have been. Like beyond a certain point, I don't know.
I gotcha. Like I said, it's something I have huge amounts of fun with for like a week, and then I won't touch it for a month,
Right.
or longer. And it's pretty much my relationship with Borderlands 2, with Borderlands in general, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, like for me, I think I could play it basically like for a few hours like once a week for a few hours at a time, and I'd be fine
Yeah.
with it. But if I was to try to play it more than that, I know I'd just sort of get sick of it. Also, I think I chose the absolute wrong class for me because
What did you choose?
I was playing Zero, and I was playing him as a sniper, and I normally love doing sniper stuff in FPSs. I'm good at it. At least I used to be really good at being a sniper. Way back when I had actually had what we like to call reaction time.
Right,
Before I
right.
became old and decrepit.
Before time reaped its bitter harvest.
Yeah. So I was like, so I was playing it. I was like, oh wow, I'm like, all right, lining up a shot. Oh, he's dead. Lining up a shot. Up, he's dead. Lining up a shot. He's up. Well, never mind. And every time I'll get some really awesome snipes off, but
Right.
I really just sort of felt like I'm sort of underperforming. I'm not having that much fun, and the rest of the group would rather play it more often than I'm willing to do it. So yeah. Which is a shame because I enjoy gaming with Chris. He's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and we all know what kind of character I like. I need to be neck deep in trouble all the time.
Yeah. I mean, I enjoy most types of character. Here's the thing: with a game like Borderlands, I can play basically any type of character in theory. Like if my
Right.
reaction time was if I was able to if I played a lot if I still played a lot of FPSs and practiced, I could probably make up for my lack of reaction time just by raw skill with sniping because, as I said, I used to be good at it. So, like, I just had to spend time getting myself, compensating for A, rust, B, I'm not as fast as I used to be. I could probably make up for it eventually, but
Right.
that's like work.
And yeah, I'm not a big fan of sniping in general in video games. It's yeah, I it's too methodical, and while I can do methodical in a war game or an RTS, like I really when I'm doing something like a first person shooter or anything else really, like I want to be neck deep in trouble, like blazing away with guns or buzzsaw axes or whatever it is that my character is using at the time. So yeah, I typically play either the Psycho or the Gunzerker.
Right. Yeah, I like most styles of play, honestly, in FPSs. I mean, I'm used to
Also, I
basically
hate snipers in multiplayer games because fuck those guys. Derp, dead. Fuck you, dude, over in some place I didn't even see.
uh, yeah, yeah. Not that I ever did that a lot to people. Nope, not at all. Actually, that reminds me of one of my favorite FPS sort of head-to-head player versus player FPS moments I ever had. Uh, was this is at the old Yormouth Games when they had the network computers for a while.
Right.
And they had this is back Unreal. This Unreal had been out, but not been out too long. And there are 4 of us playing there. We were playing it, and it was me. I forget who the other 2 people, but the person that comes up. This is our mutual friend Ben Peel.
Right.
And Ben, they were playing on one of the maps, and there's a sniper spot that Ben and I basically spent the entire evening playing this, fighting over. And so there was a stretch where Ben just kept headshotting me, which is fine. I had been doing it to him earlier, so I'm like, okay, fuck, I gotta get him out of that sniper nest somehow. And I got my hand on the 8-ball launcher, which is this grenade launcher thing.
Right.
And so I'm like, okay. And I got down below it. We're sort of just sniping back and forth. I'm like, okay. And now, so I start. You can basically chamber up and fire off multiple grenades at once. So I'm like, doop doop, chamber it up, step back. So all of a sudden I'm just barely line of sight. Fire the grenades, arcing them up in there. And Ben's reaction was just priceless. He's like, he watches all of a sudden as the game slowed down a little bit due to a little bit of video lag from the fact there were these 6 grenades come arcing up into sight. He's like, no. And Ben dies in this gigantic series of explosions because six grenades grenades from a grenade launcher can arc up into a sniper's nest, and he dies, and he just starts laughing because he thought that was the best thing ever. And I love that about when I can get those kind of moments where you get waxed in an impressive way in an FPS, and you can just laugh about it because that was awesome. That's great. The problem is, the reason I got out of FPS is that too few people reacted that way as I played more and more, especially when I played online.
Yes. Oh, geez, online's just a cesspit.
Yeah.
But there used to be the Halo parties. Everyone would get together and
Right.
and play Halo.
Yep.
And yeah, we still do these on occasion. Although a lot of us suck at it now.
Right.
I remember one time we had split into two teams in different rooms playing, and I had gotten the gravity hammer. And this is I forget which Halo it was, but it's the one where they had the jetpack and the other special abilities. So I had a jetpack and a gravity hammer, and this made me the happiest person ever.
Right.
So I see the other team running down this hallway, this open-topped hallway. I happen to be up on the top thing because I have a jetpack. Why wouldn't I? So I see them go running by. I see and being as impulsive as I am, I jump into the middle of them, hit someone with a hammer, and then jump back out. At which point I hear shouted from the other room, "Was that a murder fairy? Was I just killed by a flying murder fairy?"
Nice.
apparently the whole team just stopped what they're doing, looked up, was like, "What was that?" Of course, the next time I tried this, I got murdered mercilessly.
Well,
And
yes.
no one let me anywhere near a gravity hammer again for the rest of the night. So.
Nope, Eric can't have these. No fun for Eric. Oh my god, yeah. But yeah, so that's sort of what I've been doing video gaming wise. We also recently got a kick. We also sort of kicked off a new Iron Kingdoms game
Yes.
using the Unleashed rules.
Which I'm excited about.
Understandably so. It's interesting. I have no idea how long we'll go on for with it. I'm hoping it'll go for a while.
Yes.
Because I prefer it when games can last a while. But
Yes. No, I would like this to last a while. Alice seems to have like totally dived headlong for the creepy voodoo gator man.
yeah,
And I think that's great.
it's an interesting character.
Like, I really like Alice's character in this. I think she might be going a little far in antagonizing other people, but
bit.
I really like the character.
Yeah, her character it's going a little bit far. I think she's gone a little bit far. She can dial it back just a bit.
Yeah.
It'll be perfect.
But no, it's Alice is playing a literally a big ass alligator person who does voodoo.
Yeah, it's just wow.
And like they like, well, we killed this this attack in the village, so I'm gonna go take all these bodies and stick their heads on spikes. Then I'm gonna cast that spell that lets me talk to spirits on them. That way, when bad guys come, they'll come and experience screaming skulls on the bikes.
Yeah. But yeah, like I love that. I think all the characters are interesting.
Yes. I think it was really funny that Word and I just sort of fell into doing Vegeta and Nappa.
Yeah, kinda weirdly.
That's. I don't think either of us intended it, but it's hilarious now that someone's pointed it out. And Nick's doing a character of the wacky voice, which is always entertaining.
Yes.
And Scooch seems to be doing the whole, like, silent samurai thing, which is very different for him, and I want to see where that goes.
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious. So yeah, what I'm saying is I'm excited for this game.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely interesting seeing it, you know.
And now we get to see what happens when you have an actual person dedicated to controlling the Warjack/Warbeast, as opposed to just some guy yelling orders at it.
Right.
Because that was something about in the last Iron Kingdoms game. The Warcaster wasn't actually controlling the Warjack. It was just my character yelling stuff at it to make it do stuff. So you get to see how much more effective that these things are when they have someone capable of controlling them properly involved. And they're a lot more effective than I thought they would be in the RPG.
Yeah. Interestingly enough, I think it's interesting watching the like having sort of looking at it, but I remember what I was going to say now. Crap,
Right.
I'm a little spacey. Sorry, but if I remember, is there a horror? I don't remember seeing it, but is there a horror's equivalent of Jack marshalling?
No.
I didn't think there was.
Some of the stuff in the tabletop is something called herding, which just sort of provides sort of an extension for the warlock controlling the warbeast. Like the way herding works is these typically a solo with it lets the warlock could leech fury and force warbeast within that guy's control area, command area. So it's like this little extension on the bubble around the solo. So, but I don't think that's available in
No, I don't think it is either.
the RPG.
It's definitely interesting. But yeah, it's
It's also one of the reasons why everyone uses warjacks in the civilized world because you don't need this rare, unique snowflake of a special wizard to control the damn thing. You could just have some guy yell at it.
right. Yeah. So, but it's definitely going to be an interesting game, I think.
Yes.
So that's been going on. I'm still playing the. I'm still doing my Thursday Pirates game. Well, that's sort of.
Yep.
We're in a time of year. We're sort of in the period of the year when a couple of people who are in the game have sort of real life scheduling issues getting in the way of some stuff.
Mm.
So we're not meeting every week, but
Yeah, that seems to just sort of happen randomly during the summer and winter.
yeah. Well, I mean, like one of the guys in the group travels a lot for his job, so their weeks were
Right.
just in another state. Actually, two of them do a bit of travel, so. But yeah, so we often like if we're only down one player, we'll meet anyways, and we'll just we'll just sort of NPC the other person's character, that guy's character. But if we're down two, we sort of go,
Yeah.
If two out of the five player characters aren't there, we're probably not going to actually game. We might meet
Yeah,
just to
'cause
hang out, but
Yeah. You
But,
can't
yeah.
really blame anyone for that.
oh no.
I mean, you can, but it makes you a jerk.
Yeah. Technically, we're below quorum, so. Oh God. So yeah. But yeah, other than that, haven't been doing a lot really that interesting. I've been rewatching some TV.
Yeah, same here. Um, Rewatching TV, watching new seasons of stuff that have come out. Like I spent Sunday watching marathoning the second season of BoJack Horseman,
Aha.
which is a show that I really enjoyed despite its crude animation.
Aha.
Well, yeah, the animation's crude, but it's stylized in such a way that it's clearly intended to be.
Right.
Like, like Super Jail. The it's clear that the animation is clearly intended to be that sort of weird, crude style, but it's well done enough that it gets the point across, and it's not distracting. Unlike fucking Hulk Agents of Smash,
Right.
which, yeah, the animation just is abysmal and terrible, and I can't. I just can't. I can't even.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been rewatching stuff and slowly tracking down other shows and whatnot, and
Yeah. Yeah, I've been rewatching Leverage.
good show to rewatch.
Yes. I adore that show to pieces.
Yeah, the internet has completely ruined me for watching actual television.
Yeah.
like, why should I have to decide upon your schedule, fucking TV? I'll just go to Netflix or wherever.
Yeah. I feel like watching 4 or 5 episodes of Leverage in a row. Screw you, TV.
Why should I even bother with live action? I have the entire world of animation in the keystroke away. Screw you guys with your actual humans.
There are plenty of shows where I'm perfectly fine with the live actors.
Oh yeah,
Leverage.
certainly, but many of the Star Treks, Farscape, Leverage, Breaking Bad. There are plenty of live action shows out there that I enjoy. But yeah, given the option, I'm usually going to choose something animated because I'm 12. No, the actual reason is I really enjoy watching the craftsmanship of good animation. When it's sad that it's almost all Japanese now.
That's the thing is there is good American animation. It's just not really being
Certainly.
done for television that much right now.
Um, and there are a few shows that have come out in the past couple of years that have good Western style animation. Adventure Time when it wants to.
Yeah, when it tries.
Yeah. What's it called? Gravity Falls has excellent animation.
Okay, I haven't seen it yet. That's the one I keep meaning to watch.
Yeah, it's actually really good.
I have not heard anyone who's like watched a significant amount and said it's not good. So
The biggest problem with Gravity Falls is tracking down a legal way to watch it because Disney has its thumb on it.
Yep, I'm aware. That's part of the reason I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, I mean you can find alternate ways, but that carries its own risks.
Yeah. Yep. Boy. But yeah,
Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty's fucking hilarious. And it's gonna get season soon.
I've watched some of it. I want to like that show more than I do.
It doesn't see. It seems to be just a little too mean for you, honestly.
It might be it.
That show can get really mean sometimes.
Rick is the grandfather, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Rick is too much of an asshole.
Yeah. I've always found the comedic asshole to be really funny. So
I can take it in small doses, but he's the main character.
right.
I'm started watching it going, I
It's
kind of
like
want to just punch him in the face.
it's like being It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I'm watching horrible people do horrible things and not learn any lessons, and that's funny to me. And I
Yeah.
fully admit, yes, these are terrible people. No,
Oh,
I
God,
do not
yes.
ever want to hang out with them. But I enjoy watching them fail consistently.
But that's the thing. Yeah, I guess I think I would be more okay with Rick if he was more competent.
Mm.
I mean, he's obviously very smart, and it's like his character's a genius, and actually, does crazy things.
He did turn the world into a Cronenberg movie in that one episode, which is pretty awesome.
But I think my problem with it is he's too dysfunctional.
Yeah.
It's like I would be almost more okay with it if he was actually like more actually a villain.
I think that's where a lot of the comedy comes from with Rick, though. It is his dysfunction.
I don't know. I have a problem with the comedic alcoholism, to be totally honest.
Fair enough. I totally get that, and I understand.
There's like a
But
level
part
of
of the comedy is Morty talking Rick down.
the episodes where that's going on. That's actually I've not watched enough of it to. I intend to go back and watch more of it because I have a feeling I will enjoy it more if I go into it more.
Right.
But I've watched the episodes like, oh yeah, that was interesting. I have some problems with it, but it's not that it's bad. I'll come back to it at some point. Just haven't done so yet. Not saying it's a bad show because it's not. It's actually very clever. It's very well written, and when it's funny, it's fucking hilarious. And so your level of entertainment, like depending on your personal style of humor, you'll find it more or less hilarious.
Yes.
Like honestly, I'm sort of nitpicking, to be totally honest.
It's big on the absurdism, which I love.
I know. I totally get that. Like, it strikes me the type of show that I knew you'd love it. I'm almost certain my brother will adore it.
Right.
Would adore it. Because he's big into absurdist humor also. I'm less into absurdist humor. My style of humor is a bit drier, which should come as no shock. But I do like absurdist humor. I love Monty Python.
Yeah, well, all right-thinking humans do.
But they are absurdist humor. I mean, they also can be incredibly dry.
Yes.
But yeah,
Nope. That sketch is far too silly.
But yeah, like thinking about it, like I've just not seen any like sort of the truly amazing animation in Western sort of Western animated television since like nothing on the level of Tartovsky's work in like Samurai Jack in a long
Oh
time.
yeah, not for a long time. Avatar, Avatar and the Legend of Korra is
Yeah,
technically great, but it doesn't have the Tartovsky's
style. I just
style.
yeah,
Yeah, honestly.
I would definitely I would say I think Last Airbender is slightly better animated than Korra. Slightly.
Um, Not really. But that's almost entirely because of advances in the tech.
Okay, I can buy that.
Like I've watched both series back to back. Well, as back to back as you can get when you've got over 24 hours there.
Well over 24 hours.
Yeah, but yeah, the Korra's animation is technically a little bit better than the last Airbenders, but it seems to be almost entirely due to advancements in the tech.
Aha.
This is coming from a giant animation nerd. Like better integration of CG and better use of it to patch up where.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. The better it does use a CG better. I would agree with that.
Yeah. Which is part of the reason why I fucking hate Agents of Smash so much. Such poorly integrated CG that yeah, I hate that show.
But yeah, we were talking a little bit before we started the show that about Samurai Jack because
Which is a beautiful, beautiful movie.
oh my
show.
god,
Like holy crap!
I stumbled across the.
Just imagine what they can do with them modern animation techniques.
I don't know. I think CG, like some of the more modern CG computer stuff would actually ruin that scene.
It might make it a little bit smoother, is what I'm saying.
Maybe,
Um,
but there's just something about like a lot of the sort of more modern stuff that I've been seeing. They would try to make it more sort of they try to give it more actual depth with that, which I think would actually kill it.
that would kill it, yes. But using the computer stuff correctly, which is to clean up some of the lines, fill in some of the gaps in frame rate, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I guess.
Using it correctly, as opposed to just slapping big glowy runes everywhere, and then like the car drives through, and now it's like 3-dimensional. Because the whole point of that whole scene is it's entirely 2-dimensional.
Right.
It's paper cutouts fighting each other. We're talking, for those that don't know, we're talking about Samurai Jack versus the Shinobi, which is about a 5-minute long fight scene that's all in black and white, where you have a ninja who's all in black, and can't be seen in the black parts, and Jack who's dressed all in white and can't be seen in the white parts of the scene, and they're constantly fighting between this shifting landscape of stark black and white,
Yeah.
and it's beautiful and gorgeous and so incredibly well done.
It's amazing. But yeah, I think part of the reason we haven't seen so much we haven't been seeing as much sort of traditional Western animation. And is that there's been a much larger focus on making better and getting better at CG animation.
Yeah.
And I'm of two minds about that.
Being better at CG is cool. Hone the technique. Cool, awesome. I've seen some great CG stuff, like even just television wise, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and the current one, and the Green Lantern animated series.
Yep.
Those are very well done. Also seen some complete ass, like the How to Train Your Dragons cartoon series, which was just Drek.
Right, and like the Clone Wars cartoon series was pretty well
Yes.
done. I've heard good things about Rebels.
Even animation wise, Rebels takes a while to find its feet. Everything feels very plastic for the first few episodes, and starts to find its feet about halfway through in animation style, as well as writing in the characters.
But yeah, like there's just been so much. I mean, like almost all the animated movies you see coming from the West at this point are CG.
It's because cell animation's expensive.
Yes.
It's expensive and it's labor intensive, and it's cheaper to do it. It's actually cheaper to do it with CG, and this saddens me because good cell animation is so good, and you only ever see it done in Japan.
Yeah, like even Disney's not doing it much anymore.
Yeah. Last time Disney put out a cell animated feature film was Princess and the Frog,
Right.
which was gorgeous. It was beautiful. I enjoyed it, and but it didn't do well enough apparently.
Yeah, I don't know. I love traditional cell animation, but I mean,
Oh
like,
yeah,
really well done CG. Like most stuff Pixar does.
yeah,
As a random example, like as much as like some Pixar's more recent movies haven't been as good as like in terms of the writing, their CG is still like their animation is still spectacular.
their animation is still top notch. The end. I still have to go see Inside Out.
I've heard nothing but good about it yet.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet either, but
Which completely slid under my radar. I didn't even realize it was coming out till I saw an ad for it. Which I suppose is how you're supposed to find out how things come out. But I usually find out about animated features while they're still in pre-production.
right. Yeah, I've really been paying very little attention to what's coming out because
I usually don't. There's a couple of genres I usually pay attention to, and anything animated I'll snap up.
well, yeah, sure.
Um,
But yeah, I've basically taken a point where I basically at this point try to avoid trailers for the most part, unless it's something unless there's a buzz about the trailer because it's going to be like either something I'm going to absolutely adore or absolutely hate.
right.
So like, yeah, I'll check it out then. But like, and you know, my problem is that like so often, and it's been the case. This has been the case for decades now. But like, Hollywood's really got to get on their shit about not spoiling shit in trailers.
Yeah, yeah. I rarely do I care about spoilers, because whatever, I know that's going to happen. It's all about the delivery, honestly, as far as I'm concerned.
Usually, yes.
But there are times like where the delivery is where the it's better to see it not unspoiled. Example: Cabin in the Woods. If you haven't seen it, everyone should see that movie. It's a great movie with a great twist, but you won't figure it out by watching the trailers.
But yeah, like the thing is but my point is it's not so much like plot twists. It's a problem. It's not that they're just spoiling plot twists. They're spoiling like payoffs.
Yeah.
And it's like
Here's the funny thing, though. I really kind of enjoy these sort of art of the trailer, if you will. Like, some of the best trailers are for some of the worst movies.
oh sure, I know I love
And I really like watching them like parse out the best like parts from this complete train wreck of a movie and piece it together with the appropriate background and everything else to make background music and everything else to make it look amazing.
right. But as an example of like giving away shit that's a spoiler, and it's not like it's a major plot twist, but it's one of those things that it sort of ruins the flow of the movie. There's a movie, I don't remember when it came out, called The Negotiator, with Samuel Jackson and Kevin Spacey. And they're both hostage negotiators, right? And Samuel Jackson gets framed. And so he takes his precinct hostage. And so he basically demands that Kevin Spacey's character comes in to, help him out. And there's this, it not come out, but he demands him as the negotiator.
Right.
And so basically they go through, there's this whole negotiation, and eventually over the course of the movie, as things go, Spacey learns more about what's going on and basically ends up being on Sam Jackson's side and helps him basically, clear his name.
Right.
The problem is the trailer tells you during the trailer that they're working together. And it's not that it's a plot twist. You're ruining the evolution of the story.
Yeah.
That's giving away the payoff. It's like, God.
That's not, yeah, and that's the kind of thing that should come as an actual flow of the story.
Right.
Like, that should not be revealed in the trailer.
No, it shouldn't. I mean,
and that's a poorly done trailer.
Oh, there are plenty of badly done trailers where like the trailer for No Way Out, which is a movie like in the early '90s, and you watch this, you're like, oh, this looks like a Kevin Costner sort of romantic movie. It's a spy thriller. You would never guess that from the trailer. I know people who didn't watch the movie. They're like, I'm not in the mood for a Kevin Costner romance. That might be a romantic comedy. Oh, wait.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, this is like a very tense spy thriller. Holy fuck.
No, there are a few out there, a few movies. I can't think of any off the top of my head that just do a tremendously terrible, just an unconscionably bad job of selling the movie because they make it look like something entirely different.
Yeah. I didn't like, that's one of those I didn't know about until a friend of mine told me about it. I'm like, oh, okay. So I hadn't seen the movie, hadn't seen the trailers, so I watched the movie and said, oh, that's a fun spy thriller. Let me go try to the trailer that he was talking about. Oh God, if I'd seen that, I would not have watched this movie.
Fight Club. I remember seeing when Fight Club was coming out and seeing the commercials and trailer for it, and thinking it looked like just a romance, manly guy kind of movie, and not being interested in it at all. Literally had to be dragged into the theater to go see it.
Given that's one of your favorite movies.
Yeah, and I was like, what a terrible job the trailers did. This is a great movie. These characters are deep and interesting, and it has a great twist, and wow! Several great twists, honestly. Like, oh yeah, like fucking Tyler Durden, all his talk about like reclaiming individuality and all that shit, and then forming the fucking cult where he obliterates the members' individuality.
Yeah.
It amazes me that people think Tyler Durden's the hero in that movie. The rank hypocrisy in everything he does.
Yeah. It's like the people who believe that Light Yagami's the hero of Death Note,
or that Gordon Gekko's the hero of Wall Street.
Right.
These guys are clearly the villains, God, people.
It's just, oh my God, it's like,
Yeah. And I really, like I said, I really like seeing like the trailer for Sucker Punch. I really want to like that movie. It's really poorly done, disjointed, and kind of shrill at times. But the trailer's amazing. Man, I really want to like that movie. It's got to be the biggest disappointment in the past like 10 years for me, as far as movies go. Like, it's got samurai robots and mecha and a dogfight between a dragon and a B-52 bomber and orcs, and how do I not love this movie? I'll tell you why. It's really poorly placed and is really just a series of music videos edited together into a 2-hour movie.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I still haven't seen Sucker Punch because I just felt no need to see it.
You really don't.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shit in there trying to get out, but it's poorly directed, honestly. Poorly directed and poorly edited. So yeah,
I don't know.
Zack Snyder fell completely on his face with that one. Like,
Zack Snyder
more so than
directed that.
Yeah.
I have to look something up. Hang on a second. I think I've looked this up before, but gonna look this up now. I'm gonna look up what Zack Snyder has directed.
Watchmen, which I liked, Sucker Punch,
Right.
Man of
He
Steel.
directed Watchmen. All right.
I know he's done other shit. He
All
started
right.
out doing music videos in the
Right.
90s. I know that,
All
which
right.
is obvious because his short
All right. He did the.
short form's actually pretty damn good.
All right. He directed the remake of Dawn of the Dead.
It wasn't.
Yeah, we've done this before. I remember why. I'll tell you why. And I remember why I remember this now. But yeah, he directed the remake of Dawn of the Dead. He directed 300, which I have literally no interest in.
I enjoyed that. That was very visually interesting, which is all it was supposed to be.
Whatever. Not my thing.
I totally gotcha.
He directed Watchmen. Fine, whatever. I've not actually watched the movie version of it. I should at some point.
I enjoyed it. It wasn't the best thing ever, but I enjoyed it.
Right.
It gave a much more coherent ending to the comic.
You've heard me rant about the end of the comic before, so yeah.
Squid Monster, go!
Legend of the Guardians, the Owls of Gahuli. We've talked about that before. This is where I remembered. Oh, right! I've looked at this before.
That's right, yeah, I'm remembering now.
Sucker Punch and Man of Steel, and of course now Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice, which is coming out next year.
I have no faith in that movie.
I've watched the trailers, and they make me sad.
I have no faith in that movie. I would like to see a Superman movie where Superman acts like Superman. We haven't gotten that since Reed Richards. Not Reed Richards.
Christopher Reeves.
Thank you.
We've not gotten them since the Donner Superman movies, yes.
Superman Returns comes close, but it spends too much time with Superman spends too much time with his head up his ass.
Yeah, well... Yeah.
And lifting things. He spends a lot of time lifting things.
Well... Yeah, well, it's sort of like, the Incredible Hulk TV series,
Yeah, where he spends a lot of time lifting things.
Which is actually a surprisingly good show.
Yeah. The Hulk's allowed to lift things when it's, the rest of it's that good.
Yeah. Oh, God. But yeah, I still haven't watched it, but yeah, that's sort of what I've been up to,
I did see the trailer for Suicide Squad.
I've not watched that one yet.
Which made me go, might not be the worst thing ever. I'll catch it on DVD unless it turns out, unless I see some really glowing reviews of it. But, yeah, and the Joker looks kind of lackluster. Doesn't feel like he's no Mark Hamill. Is what I'm saying.
Well, no, but
no one really is. Yeah, can we just talk about how the best Joker is still Mark Hamill?
Kevin Conroy's the best Batman.
Yeah.
I mean,
Batman the Animated Series is still the best Batman.
The animated DC the animated DC universe stuff, the Bruce Timm stuff was they got
Golden
Batman
Mark.
right.
They got everything right in that.
Pretty much, yeah.
I'm amazed that they just haven't thrown everything at Bruce Timm and said make it work.
He's apparently they brought him back to do some stuff animated.
He's
Gods
Gods
and
and Monsters. Yes,
which I've heard mixed things about.
It's not actually out yet.
Apparently it's some. I know people who've watched it. So
really,
yeah.
They put some shorts up on YouTube. Is it out? Can I find it?
I don't know.
I'm gonna try to find it.
I've heard mixed things about it. Basically, like parts that are really good and parts that are basically starts off with a really good premise, from what I understand, and then it basically sort of ignores it in the second half. And he's apparently going to be doing The Killing Joke.
Really?
Which I'm of two minds about. It's The Killing Joke is brilliantly written and is amazing, and I'm not entirely certain needs to be redone at this point, and probably should be moved on from.
supposed to come out on the 28th. They probably saw leaked stuff from Comic Con.
Almost certainly, yeah. That's almost certainly what they saw, yeah.
There's here's my worry about doing The Killing Joke. Alan Moore has not seen a good adaptation of his work ever.
Yeah, from what I understand, Watchmen is the best adaptation of any of his work that's been done so far.
That's not high praise.
No, it's not!
I'm looking at you, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, which was just...
There was a League of Extraordinary Gentlemen movie? I have no idea what you're talking about.
It was there. It's there. It haunts you in your sleep. In the gray hours of the morning as you're hauling your ass out of bed. It's there, waiting, watching, reminding you of its sad, wretched existence.
Ready for this? Ready for a depressing comment about that movie, Eric?
Sure.
That's Sean Connery's last movie.
Yes, because it made him quit movies.
Yep.
It was that bad.
Yeah. That's on par with the fact that Raul Julia's last movie was Street Fighter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, at least with that, Raul Julia
At
had
least
a lot
with that, Raul Julia was clearly having a lot of fun eating all the scenery.
Yeah, he had a lot of fun in it, and he was specifically doing it for his kids.
Yes.
So, I'm more forgiving of that. The fact that Raul had fun doing it, even though it was his last movie, and he was very sick, I'm forgiving of it. So it's like, as terrible as the Street Fighter movie is, and it's terrible.
Oh, it's abysmal.
Oh, God, that movie's bad. I made the biggest mistake watching that movie too.
What did you do?
So the time
Did you try to watch it sober?
Oh my God! When do I watch anything not sober, Eric?
You do it way too often, dude. There's some things that should.
I
only
don't
be
get
watched
drunk.
when you create it.
Eric, I've been drunk twice in my life. I don't enjoy the process.
There are some things you should never be watched straight. I'm sorry, dude.
I shouldn't watch those things. Is the point?
Ice Pirates. If you're sober during Ice Pirates, you're doing it wrong.
Watch that sober. That was amusing sober. It was terrible, but it was amusing. But yeah, no, Eric. It's worse than that. Bizarrely. So I know people would watch Street Fighter movie, and they told me it was bad. And I was prepared for it to not be good.
Right.
And I had gone to go see the Mortal Kombat movie that day.
Ah.
And I said, you know what? I'll go rent Street Fighter the movie just to see what people are talking about. I was prepared for Jean-Claude Van Damme and him being bad.
Right.
I was not prepared, and no one had told me that Kylie Minogue would be playing Cammy. I would have a somewhat significant role in the movie. Not a very big role, but enough one for her to annoy me. Because I'm not a Kylie Minogue fan. Let's just say that.
Right.
Yeah, so not only was it a bad movie on its own rights, it had to compare to the fact that the Mortal Kombat movie was way more entertaining than it had any right to be.
Yeah, that movie was actually... It's not good, but it's a lot of fun.
It's goofy fun. Like, it's stupid as fuck. And whoever thought of casting...
David Carradine?
It's not David Carradine. Oh, no, it's not David Carradine, man. It's better than that. Crap, I can't remember his name. I always forget his name. God damn it. Crap, hang on. Christopher Lambert plays Raiden.
Oh, you're right. Why did I think it was David Carradine? Anyway, yeah.
That would have worked. That would have made more sense, honestly. Christopher Lambert as Raiden. That's Raiden. The Japanese god of thunder. Christopher Lambert.
He's clearly having so much fun in that.
Oh, God, yes. He's having a fucking blast. He's immensely entertaining in it. It's I think my favorite role of his. Lord knows it's not him as Connor McLeod, because Connor McLeod is a complete void of personality.
Yeah, no, you watch Highlander for Ramirez and the Kurgan.
Yeah! And the cinematography, honestly.
Yeah.
It's very beautiful.
It's got some gorgeous cinematography.
There's that amazing tracking shot during the sword fight scene at
Yeah.
the end where like so you see the cameras are panned by them. I love that they did that by putting a camera on a chair and kicking it across the room.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. But yeah, the Mortal Kombat movies. You're like, this movie's dumb. This is a dumb movie, but I'm having fun. Street Fighter this is a dumb movie and it's bad, and Zangief's hilarious.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Zangief.
So if Bison's a bad guy, why are you working for him? Because he paid me a freaking fortune, man. You got paid? That in itself almost saves the movie. Oh, well, Zangief almost saves the movie. Also, the fight scene between Zangief and E Honda in the model city with the Godzilla noises is pretty awesome.
Oh jeez, I didn't even remember. I don't remember that scene at all.
Oh, it's a great scene. It's hilarious. It's about 45 seconds, but it's great.
Reminds me of the kaiju scene from Crank 2. There's another just completely absurd, off the wall, let's see what we can get away with type of movie.
Yeah.
Like, the villain from the previous movie shows up, despite being dead, as a head in a fish tank with hoses sticking out of it. That's not even the actual actor's head, it's like a rubber prosthetic of the actor's head.
Yeah.
Yeah, Crank 2, what a great movie. It's a terrible film, but it's a great movie.
Oh, God. Christopher Lambert is riding. I can't get over that still.
Yeah, that's great.
What the fuck? Oh, and if you have not seen Mortal Kombat, the movie, it's worth watching if you'd all like martial arts movies. It's stupid, goofy fun. Do not, for the love of God, watch the sequel.
There was no sequel.
Mortal Kombat Annihilation most certainly exists, Derek, and it has some of the worst CG ever.
Yeah, and that's why it doesn't exist.
Uh-huh.
Got cast into the fires of creation and unmade.
Uh-huh.
Bad CG makes me sad. Bad animation in general makes me sad.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Screw you, 12-ounce mouse. I still haven't forgiven you for existing.
Screw you, most of that era of Adult Swim.
Yeah, honestly.
Like, I can sort of comprehend why someone could like it, Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Sorta.
There's a certain amount of absurdist silliness that I enjoy about Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Right. Like, and similarly, C-Lab 2021. I get
Yes.
why people might like that.
C-Lab 2021 is actively hilarious.
I won't go
consider
that
they use
far.
a lot of stock footage from the original series.
Well, that's the whole point.
Yes.
I can't go that far in saying I actually like that. I don't actually like C-Lab. I never really enjoyed it.
Okay. I can get that. It's just one scene that always gets me is the captain decides to turn C-Lab into a communist utopia, and the actual smart person on the crew gathers some people together and goes on this big tirade about the failure of communism and how it can't possibly work. And then the two people are with him go, I have to pee. Because it's clear they didn't understand a word he fucking said and just want to leave.
Right. Yeah. At any rate. Yeah, I didn't get into that. Although, I will admit, I adore Harvey Birdman.
Yeah,
Attorney
Harvey
at Law.
Birdman's
Harvey
another-
Birdman, Attorney at Law.
Yeah.
That show was brilliant.
I'm the alpha male. I'm the alpha male.
Wee-oo.
Aha!
I'm a big fan of Men Talk Mind Taker.
Man Talk's pretty great.
Yeah. Best judge in the show.
Yeah, so much so that you forget that there are other judges.
Yeah, there are. I can't remember who they are right now.
There's the one guy from from Thunder from the Herculoids.
Yes, there
the
is.
big club.
Yep.
He's the only one I could think of. I know there's at least
There's at least one
or
other one. I can't remember
yeah.
who it is, though. Well, we've been going on for an hour talking about basically nothing.
As we do.
As we do, yeah. So I think we're going to wrap things up here this week, folks. Thank you so much for watching. We normally try to have an actual plan or topic for the show, but
It just didn't happen
just
today.
didn't happen this week. C'est la vie. We try not to do too many episodes like this, but we do them from time to time. But thank you guys so much for watching. We do try to save time at the end of each episode for viewer questions. We didn't have any this week. Otherwise, I might have tried to spin one of them out into a full episode. We also, but if you have questions you'd like us to answer in the show, please do email them to us. Our email address is surlygrognards@yahoo.com. SURLYGROGNARDS@yahoo.com. Or you can post them on our forums, which you can find at mechagm.forumer.com. Or feel free to post them in the comments section on the YouTube recording of this if you'd like. Sort of thing, like, honestly, feel free to ask us anything gaming related. We in case people don't know, if you coming in recently, we talk about a lot of different stuff, in gaming and video game, like tabletop gaming, video games, animation, etc. If you got questions you'd like us to answer about anything,
All
like
things
that,
nerdy, honestly.
pretty much, yeah. We'll try to answer. We will do our best to answer in the show. We love getting viewer questions, honestly.
Yeah, they're great. And not just because they make our lives easier.
Yeah, I mean, we also love show topic suggestions. So if there's something you'd like to have spend an episode on, let us know. Any of those same places, we love it. And if you've got feedback for us, constructive criticism, things with ways we can make the show better, let us know, because we can always use that. And we can always use sort of feedback in ways we can improve the show. Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
And we record the show every Monday night on twitch.tv/mechagm. And we love the live audience. Hi, live audience. And we also upload the recordings of the show to YouTube, which you can find on youtube.com/mechagm, because Eric has no web presence.
That's true.
Eric tries to avoid anything tries to avoid presence on the internet because
Paranoia.
pretty much. Either that or Eric is just as actually a sophisticated chatbot, and he can read any. He's actually an AI on the internet. He can read anything. So
Pretty much that. And I'm like Winter Mute. Except they misspelled it when they were coding me, so it's actually Winter Mutt.
Indeed. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll be back next week with some tomfoolery. Maybe we'll actually have a topic for once. Who knows?
The Puget Master.
Bye, everybody.